We're here to talk about the Schenectady Civic players, and they have a play coming up called Mornings at 7. And Joe Fava is the director, and he's brought two of the actors with him. So tell us about this play.
Well,
I'm not familiar with it.
You're not? Well, it's actually had a really long run. It was originally produced in 1939. There was a revival in the 80s on Broadway. Marino Sullivan, Schenectady lady, was in it. Berkshire Theater Festival did it about maybe 3-4 years ago.
So you had your eyes on it.
Well, I've always wanted to do it. The Playhouse did it about 30 years ago, and I wanted to do it then. Of course, they gave it to another director, which was fine, and they decided...
You got even, you're doing it now.
I'm doing it now, and it is a crowd pleaser, and I think that's probably why it's been picked. It's a story of rural America, basically. It doesn't really say where it takes place, but I'm figuring Missouri, somewhere in that section of the country. It actually, it's written for 1922. I moved it up to the
Dust Bowl in the area. Was it that before the Dust Bowl?
I moved it up to the 30s because I thought it doesn't change the language, it doesn't change the intent of the play, it just changes the look of the play.
Okay.
I thought the 30s would be a little bit more colorful than the drab 20s for rural America, not for the cities.
Not the flappers there.
Right. And it's a play that it's very appealing, it's very funny, it's kind of sly, it kind of tells stories, it's really a very funny crowd.
Tell me who these lovely ladies
I'll
are.
let them introduce themselves.
Oh, okay, all right, Amy, or who's starting, Carol?
My name is Carol Charniga, and I play Cora Swanson.
Are you one of the...
I'm one of the 4 60-something sisters in this dysfunctional family in 1939.
Right.
Dysfunctional, I love it.
They are dysfunctional.
And Amy?
I'm Amy Lane, and I play Myrtle Brown, who is the fiancé of the son of one of the sisters. A long-time fiancé. They've been engaged for 5 years. They've been dating for 7 prior to that. So it's been a long time coming, this marriage, and she's still waiting and hoping.
She's still waiting, right?
She's still waiting.
What happens is Homer is really the catalyst. He brings her home. And of course, by bringing her home, a lot of doors and windows and everything opens up and a lot of secrets. And it sort of creates a little conflict, and it creates a lot of, not necessarily tension in a sense, but it's there.
Is it a comedy?
It's a very funny comedy, actually. It's not a Neil Simon comedy.
Okay.
It's a comedy of the times, but it's very subtle, but it's very funny, and these ladies are wonderful. I have a great cast.
And tell us who the cast is.
They've introduced themselves. I've got.
Well, we got 2 of them anyway.
Look at this because
I have it right here too.
I have it right here, but I'm always afraid I'm going to leave somebody out.
Oh, don't do that.
Richard Cross, Paula Ginder, Robert Hageman, Bill Hickman, who's been in like 30 shows at the Playhouse. Rita Russell,
she's great,
great. Phil Sheehan, and Joanna Westervelt, who's been
got a great cast.
Got a wonderful, wonderful cast. They've actually made my job very easy.
Good actors do
they
that,
really
don't
have.
they?
Yeah, you just sort of stay out of their way and let them go, and
you give them a little liberty, like Woody Allen does. Woody Allen lets them just go.
They have a lot of liberty within their characters. Yeah, they really understand what they're doing, and it has been a really a fun experience for me, and I've done hundreds of shows, so it's been a real pleasure for me to work with these people.
Now, Amy, you've been on the show before, I know, here to talk about some of the other productions. How long have you been acting, Amy?
For quite a while, actually. I did get a master's degree in theater history from the University at Albany, so I've been doing this since high school. So yeah, 20 plus years, yeah.
And I talked with Carol before the show. She's a research scientist.
This lady's been doing it forever too.
And I was going to ask you, how do you have time to do this?
When you love something, you make time.
Yeah.
And I have a forgiving boss who lets me take time off when I need to. And in fact, I haven't done anything at Schenectady Civic since 1999 because that was the last show I did there, and I missed it. I mean, I've been doing other things. I've been doing professional theater and everything as well as working, but I'm back to the Playhouse.
It's a great Playhouse, isn't it?
It is.
I've sort of figured it out a little. We have over 500 years of experience combined on that stage.
In this one show?
So they can't afford not to do it well.
That includes his 200.
And we open Friday.
Yep.
Friday night, and we go Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 8 o'clock on Fridays. Sunday is 2:30. Next week is Wednesday through Sunday. Wednesday and Thursday, 7:30.
And you have the matinees for
And
people
the
who don't
matinee
want to.
is Sunday is 2:30, and the Friday, Saturday night is 8 o'clock, and you can get your tickets right online at Proctor's.
Yeah.
We're
Makes it a lot
connected
easier,
now
yeah.
with Proctor's, so it makes it very easy for the public to connect to us. You know, we are one of the 3 oldest continue operating theaters in the United States of America,
believe
which is
that.
amazing. People should know that about Schenectady.
They should know that.
It's really wonderful what goes on here, and we're very proud of it, and the people who work with us hopefully are proud of that too.
Yeah, there's so many great things, and I gotta say this because this is a big shout out. You know, when you go to the Schenectady Civic Players and see their great productions, at the break they give you free coffee and
Right.
cookies.
Cookies, right.
And is that fun? I mean, that is
Very
just
homey.
Coffee
it's
and
worth
tea.
it just to do that, right?
Right, so if you don't like the show, at least you're going to get coffee and tea.
And tea, right?
And
That's
tea,
good.
right.
You certainly will want to check out the play. It's going to be a great show. I'm looking forward to it myself. There's so much to see in this city.
A lot going on.
It's just incredible, and we've got more people coming on next to talk about stuff going on in
Well, the
Albany.
more theater, the better. That's my attitude.
That's my
Well,
attitude.
you
Well,
can-
because it gives Carol and Amy opportunities.
Well, it also creates more opportunities for the public to see different things.
Exactly.
You know, I mean, I don't get to see a lot of stuff because I'm always working, but the public goes out there, and it's like if a store opens, the best thing that can happen is another store opening because
right.
it will attract more people.
Exactly.
So I'm really a believer that the more people do, the better it is for everybody.
Yeah, and it makes an awareness. If you go to some communities where there is no
Nothing,
theater, it's
right.
like people will say, they don't even realize it until they
Right.
leave here. And then they go and they go, oh my gosh, there's nothing here. And I said, well, start it.
Right, right,
You know,
right.
what else can you do? Joe Fava, Carol and Amy, and see them on stage mornings at 7. It takes place in a Midwestern town in the 30s, and you know what? You're going to see some great costumes, I'm sure.
Yeah, the costumes are great. That's why we did it in the 30s.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I know
Right.
Joe is great with costumes.
It's more colorful.
But who did the set?
Duncan Morrison, and the
Always.
set is spectacular.
He's always
The
did.
set is wonderful. And Margie
See, I always
Thomas,
ask about sets.
Don Mealy with the lighting.
Yeah.
It's Bonnie Lake. I mean, we have got a really good group this time. It
Great.
really works well.
Check it out. There's always a great
Thank
show
you.
coming up at Schenectady Civic Players. They got a great lineup for the whole season.